So I've been really looking at this whole idea of creativity, and I'm so excited about the possibilities. Because when we think about being creative in our wedding ceremonies, it's not only about the words that we use, but it's about the things that we do in our wedding ceremony. For example, many of us like to incorporate some kind of an additional special ceremony. They may have seen a special ceremony and they want to include that in their ceremony. So one of the things that I recently did was I put together 10 different ways to change up a ceremony that I'm sure many of us have used, and that in some ways it's almost like overdone, but I just love the symbolism of it, and it's the sand ceremony. So I've put together 10 different ways to kind of beef up or spiff up the ways to do a sand ceremony. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And I like the sand ceremony next to the candle lighting ceremony. That's a very old and traditional ceremony. But if you're like me and you do a lot of ceremonies outside, then the candle lighting ceremony just is not going to cut it because you cannot control the flame. But the sand, you can. So anyway, that's one of the ways that I have gotten creative, and I encourage you to get some thoughts going about how we could maybe take some of these ceremonies that we've been doing and adding something to them, really making them a little bit different. So I created another ceremony called the String the Pearls ceremony that I did about a year ago for the very first time, and it went over so well, and I tried it at a couple different places and people really love them. So I think that when we are able to present ourselves to our couples as being a creative force in their ceremony, like sometimes we think, oh, maybe they just want just this really traditional ceremony. Well, that may be true, but I think that people really want their guests. And I don't think entertained is the right word for it, but that a couple not only wants to be the center of attention, but they also want their guests to be engaged and to be inspired in their ceremony. Otherwise, like I was watching Say Yes to the Dress yesterday, some, rewinds of it, or I always tape it. And tape it, that sounds really old. Anyway, I DVR it. So it's very common in those TV shows where the people will talk about, or the bride talks about how she really wants everybody to be wowed and, to gasp at how beautiful she is and stuff. And so that there is this sense that they want to engage people. They want to make this kind of a ceremony, or the statement in their ceremony. So how awesome would it be as creatives, as officiants being creative, that we really start to dig into this so that the ceremony becomes something that people want to be at, instead of, sometimes I think that there is still that sense of people don't want to come to the ceremony because it's got such a often it has this impression of it being boring, and it's the same thing all the time, and it's not very engaging. But what if, because of the things that we do, the way that we're creative in our ceremonies, the different kinds of things that we include and we teach our couples are possible for them in their ceremony, that it actually becomes something that gets the word out, that it's something that you don't want to miss. So here's couples, and it would help us to, I'm so excited, it would help us to also raise our fee, because it just breaks my heart with all of the work that we put into it and how personal and touching a moment it is that we are sharing, or moments that we are sharing with our couples. And we are the lowest paid of all of the professionals that are in a wedding, I don't want to say program, but you know what I'm saying, in a wedding. So, people are spending lots of money on flowers and table favors and linens and, all that stuff. They're spending a lot of money on it. And why should we be the ones that are the lowest paid ones? And it also makes a statement, I think, that impressing other people, or uplifting other people, is also something that's very important to couples. So we need to capitalize on that. We need to say, we can do that, we know how to do that. So there we go. I just think that that's something that we can do, that we can help our couples with. We can teach them. We can learn how to do it ourselves. So one of the things, there's going to be a link that's in the description here, is if you have not had a chance to look at the 4-part video, and 3 of the videos are about ways to customize your ceremony, and they're just really simple, little easy ways to customize your ceremony. Please check it out, because these are little things that we can do in the ceremony that help to customize it. And I think when we customize it and people are, touched by our ceremony, that they then give us great reviews. I mean, this is one of the best ways that I think that we have of getting the word out about who we are, and getting venues to trust us and put us on their preferred vendors list, so that we get business from that, because I know that a majority of you are concerned or want to know how you can get more leads. So this is one of the big ways that we can get more leads, is by providing exciting service to our couples. Okay, so let me know what you think. Oh, my voice just changed. Let me know what you think, because I want to know who's on board with me with this. And I will again post that link. And don't forget to visit officianttraining.com. I'm getting the website redone. I'm real excited about lots of stuff. I got my to-do list is long, which I'm sure yours is too. So anyway, thank you for watching. I love you guys. Happy New Year. Anybody got a question? If you do, put it in the feed. I will get a notice of it, and I'll respond in the best way that I can. But I think 2020 is going to be a wonderful year for us, and we have a lot to do, because there's a lot going on in the world, and we can be one of the joy bringers to a world that's like, ah! Right? Okay, I look forward to hearing from you. Bye for now.